Hey everyone, so in this video I'm gonna be trying to teach you how to do a bit of pulling exercises without the help of an actual pull-up bar, and as well as for those whose fingers are itchy, to maybe do some safe climbing around your house. And for those who are new to the channel, what I basically do is try to design, various types of workouts that can be done at home so that those who are new to exercising and fitness can, first begin their fitness journey in the comfort of their own rooms. Given that we are in this, virus outbreak situation right now, a lot of us are actually stuck at home as well. So hopefully some of the videos that you might find on this channel can help you along the way in still trying to, partake in some form of physical activity. Alright, so let's talk about pulling. Okay, just a disclaimer, I don't really like doing this because my channel is not for showing body and everything, but I'm just trying to describe the muscles here. So let's talk about the arm first. Okay, when you're doing pulling exercises, you're using your biceps and your forearm. So yeah, I've said this on an Instagram story before, but I actually have very small wrists genetically, so that means my forearms look a lot bigger compared to my wrists. Yeah, so in fitness and calisthenics, okay, pulling exercises, more people tend to use their biceps. Whereas in climbing, correct me if I'm wrong, all the climbers out there, okay, a lot more forearm is used because you're hanging a lot on the wall, okay, it's a lot more endurance based, okay, and you're also like holding on to smaller rocks and stuff, so then that uses a lot more of the forearm muscles. So if you look at all those like fitness guys and girls, okay, when they're comparing arms, they look at biceps. But if you talk to like climbers who are talking to each other, they'll be like, oh, look at my forearm pump at the end of their climb. It's quite interesting. So now we move down to the back. Okay, there's obviously upper back and lower back, but for this video, okay, when I talk about back, I'm referring to the upper back. Alright, and your back is actually called the latissimus dorsi, which is why some people refer to it as the lats. Some people call it the wings because when you flex your latissimus dorsi, it gives you this effect. So yeah, they call it the wings. Okay, and truth to be told, a lot of people only train what they can see. I've seen this happen in both climbing and calisthenics. Okay, when you're doing pull-ups or when you're climbing on the wall, you can see your biceps, you can see your forearms, but because of that, most people forget that they can engage the back. The back is such a big muscle, to actually be able to engage it when doing a form of pulling exercise can actually, help make your exercise a lot more efficient and you conserve a lot more energy. During my own training of calisthenics, okay, I actually used to use a lot of arms. But one of my friends told me, hey, when you're going for your max reps, okay, in your head, start thinking of using your back first before starting to use your arms. And it actually drove my rep range from like a comfortable 25 reps to a comfortable 30 repetitions. Just because of thinking of using the back. So that's actually been very helpful for me. So in some of my videos, or for those who have trained with me, you might see me always, doing this or like trying to like hit the back just to think like, hey, I need to activate this when I'm on the bar. And the last of the so-called primary muscles used in pulling related exercises is the back of the shoulder. So it's often called like the rear delts, or the proper name is the posterior deltoid. So not sure if you can see it, but it's supposed to be this thing over here that's not very defined in my case. But yeah, I would say it's even less trained than the lats. Okay, so for the rest of this video, you might see the terms being mentioned or put at the corner in the words, like a small box somewhere. Okay, I'll mainly be talking about exercises where you're pulling onto stuff. Obviously, if you want to train your biceps and you don't have weights or anything like that, you can like fill up a bucket or like put stuff into a bag, give it some weight and do bicep curls and stuff. So that's pretty straightforward. Or if you have resistance bands like the one you can see there, you can put it on the ground and still do your curls and things like that. So I'm not going to be covering those things. I'm mainly going to be talking about what you can pull on, okay, to activate those pulling muscles. Okay, so we're going to start off with, I would say, the most basic of the pulling exercises, pulling against an edge or a corner. So in my case, I got a cupboard. For you, it might be your wall. If it's something that has a more or less 90-degree angle, okay, then you can pull on it. Yeah, make sure you can pull on it, don't like break stuff. So how you want to set yourself up for this, just walk and match your shoulder with the edge of the wall. So you want to be in alignment. So I just walk this way, okay. Once my shoulder is more or less in alignment, okay, my feet are already in the correct position. So they are already right here. And what I want to do is get my palm, put it around the same level as my chest. That will be around here, okay. And from there, just extend the arm like this, okay, and you can pull like that, right? So this is how it's gonna look like. So if you're pulling in this motion, okay, what you realize is that you will mostly be training the biceps. If you want to also engage the legs, what you want to do is, okay, to twist into the wall. So you can see here, this is mostly for biceps, but when I want to start to engage my legs, I twist into the wall and I pull in this way. So my chest is almost just dragging against the wall. Okay, and at the end of the pull, so once you pull all the way to the edge, you might want to do a further like squeeze into the wall some more to further activate the legs and to engage it. Okay, so for the climbers out there, or for those who want to train the finger strength, what you can do is to find a smaller edge. So you can either, grab something like that and hold it a bit lesser, or let me just bring you to the edge of my cupboard. So this is the other end of it. I only have this much to work with. Okay, and from there just repeat the same motion. So get in alignment, put your palm around your chest level, okay, and your feet in the correct stance, and after that just execute the same movement, and you realize that this starts to also use your fingers. So yeah, you start to get a bit of that pulling training where you're like pulling on crimps and stuff like that. So the next few exercises will be done under the table. So the grip you're going to be adopting is a supinated grip. Basically your palms are this way. How I used to remember it while studying for my exams, okay, supination is when I'm holding a bowl of soup. So the palms are this way. So that's going to be the grip that I'm going to adopt. Okay, so I go under the table. Okay, the first exercise that I can do from under the table is bicep curls. So just as such, I'm going to use my arms to essentially help me do a sit-up. And by that, I can train my biceps. So like this, okay, just as such, using the arms to so-called help you with a sit-up. Okay, for some, they want to have that extra like squeeze to get the bicep peek out. Okay, what you can do is to bring your arms like this, your elbows go out, your head goes out of the table, squeeze the peak of the bicep and come back down. So again, come out like this, squeeze, and then go back down. If you want to get your back involved in this exercise, what you're going to be doing is just to lift your hips off the ground. Okay, so you can think of it somewhat as an incline pull-up-ish. Okay, so earlier we're just doing this. Now we want to lift the hips off, okay, and pull. Okay, so what you are trying to aim for is to get your chest to touch the bottom of the table. So you can see from here, lift, try and touch the bottom of the table. And by doing that, you can help to squeeze on your back. So if you want to like make the exercise harder, you can pull all the way and hold it there for a few seconds before coming back down. And can you see I'm sweating already? Now we're gonna be pulling from outside the table, and this is where you got to be more careful. When you're inside the table, you're under the table CG, so normally the pulling would be okay. Okay, once you come out from the table and you're using a pronated grip, okay, you gotta be careful, because if the table is not glued to the wall like mine, and if it's pretty small, okay, if I just start to pull like this, you can see, whoa, that everything starts to topple over. The most ideal scenario would be you having a table that's glued into the wall, or having a large table where it won't topple as easily. So if you got a smaller table like mine, what you want to do is to bring as much of your body into the table as possible. Okay, so with your hands in that pronated grip, you can just hold it here. Okay, get as much of your body in as possible, and we're going to be doing two exercises. So it's very similar to how it was with the supinated grip. In the pronated grip, we're going to try and again do the sit-up. Okay, so in this position, use your arms to help you do the sit-up. Okay, and what you realize is that when holding it in this grip, it starts to train a bit more forearms. Again, for those who want to work on the finger strength, instead of holding it so in, you can just hold it like this with your fingertips. Okay, and you can work a bit of the finger strength as well. Okay, I will hold it this way. Okay, and that will target more forearms and also a bit of the biceps. And if you want to actually activate your back, similar to the supinated grip, what you're going to do, lift your hips off the ground. So let me just show you. See how far I'm getting my legs into the table, right? So I'm just literally bringing my whole body underneath. Okay, I adopt this, my pull-up stance is slightly wider, so it looks like this. Okay, and from there, okay, I lift my hips off. Okay, and I do my pulls. So this is how it looks like. Okay, idea is to try and bring your chest to the underneath of the table. And of course, just like the supinated grip, if you want to have that extra like activation or make it more challenging, you can squeeze at the very top. In my personal opinion, for those who haven't actually gotten their first pull-up, this exercise is really helpful for getting there, because it's not the usual incline pull-up where you're pulling this way. You're pretty much into the table. You're pulling in the same manner that you would when you're on a pull-up bar. And for those who have been doing pull-ups for some time, but you're not able to access the fitness corners or find any other like bars to pull on, I think this exercise closely like mimics the motion. So perhaps you can try it out during this period of time to help you with your pulling strength. Alright, so these are the last of the exercises before we move into the climbing portion. What you're going to be basically pulling on are chairs where the spine is pretty tall. So you can see this is quite high, okay? And mostly they are dining chairs, right? What you want to be doing is to be pulling on the same side that the seat is on. Okay, if you're pulling on this end, okay, the chair is going to topple, of course, so pull on this end. So the first thing you can do, your incline pull-ups. Okay, grab the corners or wherever that's a nice comfortable grip for you. I like to hold the very corners of the chair. Okay, from here, just do your pulls as you can see here. Okay, and because the top is exposed, not like the table where there's actually something that's so-called limiting how far you can go. For this, you can actually just pull all the way here. Okay, you can like explode all the way up and help you squeeze on your back even more. So that's for the incline pull-ups. For those who have been training like calisthenics at a more advanced level, what you can even do is like cross-legged pull-ups or L-sit pull-ups. So something like this, so your legs are no more on the ground. Okay, just cross your legs and do your pull-ups like that. Okay, or yeah, if you want, you can have it in the L-sit manner. Okay, and you can pull like that. Okay, or you can hold your L-sit in this way. So what I've done, cardio. Okay, what I've even tried to do is front lever using the two chairs, and turns out it's actually okay. It can hold your weight. It's not too dangerous, and you're quite near the ground. So in the real like case where the chair starts to topple, you're not gonna really like hurt yourself that badly. So yeah, regular front lever. Okay, and it just looks like this. So you can actually do a front lever, your straddle lever, tuck levers, and all your stuff like that using the two chairs. Just that your hands will be in a more neutral grip. So all these pulling exercises, what about the climbing, right? I would say the climbing is a lot about perspective and basically looking at your house and thinking of what you can load on. What I have found is good is cupboards like this, seemingly like it's all flat, but you realize when you pull it open, you have a latch that you can work with. Okay, also I've realized, okay, door stoppers, okay, things you can put it at your door. If you invert it this way and put it against the wall, now it becomes like a foothold that you can use to step on, and it doesn't really move that much. So things like that. So now I'm just gonna show you a couple of snippets of little like climbs that I'm gonna try and do. Alright. So for this first route, I'm gonna actually indicate what I can and cannot use. For subsequent routes, and when you yourself are doing it, okay, obviously you don't need to indicate what you can and cannot use. Alright, so this is what it is. Okay, I'm allowed to use my corner, okay, to put my feet there. Alright, that's all. And I have to start with both hands within this rectangular box. Okay, followed by that, I have this entire flat latch to use. I cannot open the other cupboards to use. I only can use this flat latch. Okay, on the ground, I have a single door stopper as a foothold that I can use. Followed by that, I have to come to the cupboard, and I only can use this second shelf, this portion here, as a side pull. So only this flat surface over here. Okay, over here, let's consider it as a big foothold. I can use anything from this area all the way until the red peg. Alright, and from there, I have to end with two hands on this white colored box over here. Okay, two hands inside there. So now you can see the entire route. basically the 4 like little climbs that I want to show you. Okay, given that you're climbing around the house, it's also very limited, okay, because of that little ledge thing. So this thing that I have here, okay, that's mostly my footholds. I don't have anything higher, so there's not really much higher to climb unless I want to start stepping into shelves and all that. But yeah, aside from the one that's here, I don't really trust the rest of the shelves around my house. So yeah, I just hope that for the climbers who are watching this video and stuck at home, that maybe it can give a bit of inspiration on how to help fix your climbing itch. Okay, working in an intern company related to climbing, I've seen a lot of both staff and customers who have this climbing itch, like when they're not on the wall for a certain amount of time, their fingers just get like, oh, I need to go, I need to get at it. So yeah, hopefully it helps a bit. And I'm not sure how feasible it is for those of you at home, because everyone's house is different, but maybe now would be a great time to train technique, even if you don't want to like so-called boulder around your entire home. Like back when I was a competitive climber, okay, this is like I think 5 or 6 years ago maybe, okay, like if I had nothing to do, alright, I'd rather be at a climbing gym, of course, but if I wasn't climbing that day, okay, I'd just be at the edge of my table, my hands would be on top, okay, but just take note of my feet, okay, I'll just try and be working on my footing, so I just step and try and do that whole match feet technique. Okay, now I look a bit rusty, okay, but I'll be trying to just do that, tiptoes, and just keep trying to match feet, improve on my footwork, okay, because footwork is actually really important in climbing. So yeah, I just even do small things like that. So anyway, as you can see, this has been quite a long video, and I actually had a few other things that I mentioned and all that, but it dragged the video another 7 or 8 minutes, and yeah, I didn't want to let it drag that much longer. So yeah, those were the pulling exercises. That was all the different climbs that I was able to come up with around my house. I'm sure if I gave it a bit more thought, yeah, maybe I could have come up with a few other things. But yeah, and as you can tell, I haven't been doing much grooming, and this video has actually taken a lot of different shoots. I was even filming this before releasing the push video, but yeah, some of this kind of thing takes time to refine and all that. So yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that it's finally done and that I can bring out the content to you all. Yeah, everyone out there, just keep safe and stay positive. It can be quite hard to do that at times, but just do your best and we'll come out of this stronger together. So yeah, if not, don't stop moving, and I will see you soon.